So her couture house closed in 1939, Chris, with the outbreak of World War II. So, I mean, she was balling, and then World War II happened. Chanel stayed in France and was criticized during the war for collaborating with the Nazi German occupiers.
Oh, wow.
And the Vichy puppet regime to boost her professional career.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Wee, 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 Coco Chanel, Nazi. You are the company you keep? Mm-hmm. Well, in this case, Coco, that's a no-no.
Chris, Kyle, good to see you guys again. Sorry I didn't answer your text last night.
It was kind of fucked up. I mean, like not only, I really needed something from Matt last night at about 11 p.m. And then this morning he texted me, hey, you want anything from Marie Bette for breakfast or whatever?
I almost included Chase Long in that text.
Okay.
Because it was about 11 and you do not usually bet basketball, and you asked me about like the Kings second half over.
Oh my God, Chris.
And I was like, holy shit.
So Kyle came in today, and I guess you texted him too for something.
Yeah, I said, Matt, what the fuck, man? You didn't text me back last night, because I texted him at like 11 and I said, let's play Overwatch. And I was playing PC games, and yeah, 2 different nights, obviously.
And Matt's comment was that he thought that was pretty representative of the both of us as human beings.
You both have needs. They're just very different.
Which is good.
Good. All right. I don't think I want to know anymore.
You going to add me on Overwatch?
I did add you.
Good.
You going to add me, motherfucker?
Yeah.
I'm getting my PC.
Okay, I didn't follow up with you, and I'll be the asshole of the week, which I didn't do on the Monday show. I'll take asshole of the week for not following up about getting you some specs for a PC for your house.
Yes.
Because you need to get on with us.
I would love
it's fun.
to. I would love
It's
to.
studio quality audio, no delay, like low ping. It's a lot of fun.
You ever think about getting murdered when you're on there? Like somebody comes to the house just murdering? And you can't hear them? You can't hear them because you got your fucking turtle?
I have a German Shepherd.
All right, kills the dog.
Well, I'll hear the dog bark.
No, you won't, because you'll have the fucking headphones on. Here you are selling me on these fucking
That's
noise.
so paranoid.
Chris doesn't want to play PC games because he's afraid to get murdered.
Not afraid. I mean, if they're get on with it, but like I want a fighting chance.
You'll be doing what you love.
You be doing what you love.
There's a song by Riley Green that says that'd be a hell of a way to go, and it talks about fishing and hunting. And there's not a version there about PC gaming, but it'd be a hell of a way to go if you were playing Overwatch too.
All right, so add me. That's all I'm saying, or I might come and kill you with your headphones on. Now that I know that,
it's a great way to hang out with your boys. You're not just sitting there like hardcore gaming. You're like chatting, having a good time. You're in the same Discord server.
I get it. I'm just making fun.
And if you have multiple screens, you can send Greenlight Pod ideas through Discord. Like I can send memes. Like we look at memes between games, right? This is real. This is unironic. Like this is what the boys do at night on Discord. Not us, but
so you're like, now we pause for memes.
Yeah, there's memes. It's like you gotta feed the what are we feeding? Our dopamine pump?
Yeah,
we need
receptors
memes.
or whatever you're so this is interesting.
If they're not getting stoned, they're looking at memes.
I'm gonna tell you why I make fun of it, because I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I'm jealous, Kyle.
It's fun.
Yeah, it seems like a nice little community you found your way into. And, you guys have enough time to play video games, and I'm fucking jealous.
And they all have all the guys I play with, they're all from Chicago. Shout out to the Fuck Shack. That's the group I play with on Discord.
The Fuck Shack?
The Fuck Shack. And our meme thread is actually called the BDSM wall.
What?
It's been a source of so much comedy the last 5-6 years. There's a lot of Discords that I've hung out in, but this is kind of like the mainstay, I guess.
Bro, you're missing out on Discord. Discord's like Slack, but on the dark web. There's so much great information on Discord.
Yeah. Pepper Chris with your Discord thoughts, because I think it's a really good platform, and I wish I had invested in it early.
Can you buy heroin on Discord?
I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could.
No?
I think the black market has actually been involved with Discord before.
They have Discords for like anything you could possibly be interested in.
Like I can live stream Sunday Night Football and we can watch it together in a chat.
But it's too many passwords, Kyle.
No, I don't even know my password.
It's too many passwords. I like cable TV, Kyle. I watch the kitchen TV at home. I like a remote with an up arrow, a down arrow, and a fucking button that I can talk into the remote like I'm 76 years old. Do you think I want to get on Discord?
I'm just pitching it.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Admin.
All right. layup line. By the way, I found something out housekeeping wise. Remember, you don't remember because you weren't in here, but I was a Camel Light for Halloween.
Oh.
Yeah. So I bought some Camel Lights as like a prop, and I was going to smoke one during the pod. Boy, I could not get that down. Like, it is harsh, right? So I'm like, fuck this. I put it out, and I leave them, and I'm like, Matt, you want these? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah. Camel, they've been making them for 150 years.
I kind of thought he was joking, but evidently he went and smoked that whole pack of Camel Lights.
In like 2 days.
That's incredible. What? I mean, how do you do that?
Superman, I don't know.
Those things are harsh,
Came up
Kyle.
on Halloween.
Those things are harsh.
Kids get candy. Matt'll take props.
It's incredible, man. I mean, that's incredible. I know there's a guy eating rotisserie chicken every day, but you're smoking 6 Camel Lights.
You remember how cool
I'm
Joe
not
Camel
impressed
was?
by that rotisserie chicken guy.
Wow.
Because I drink a 20-ounce Dr. Pepper every morning.
What?
That's just ridiculous.
I do that just for fun, like just because I want to. Like, could I post that and get famous? Like, oh, I'll drink a 20-ounce Dr. Pepper.
Well, there's something a little more
10
primal
a.m.
about eating a rotisserie chicken. It's like it's some like Joe Rogan shit. If
you string together enough days though of drinking the Dr. Pepper on camera, Chris.
Yeah.
Like, this is my Dr. Pepper. You crush it.
I want
100,000 days in a row.
I want to pause for something though. This man drinks a Dr. Pepper in the morning. And just said he would smoke 6 Camel Lights in a day.
Daily.
And he's just walking around among us, just out here, just like blending in perfectly.
Some people are not the same.
As a healthy human being.
Those aren't even like my 2 least healthy habits.
Depends on how you look at masturbation, Matt.
Okay, I got some mailbag questions then for Matt. Not now, though.
I mean, I do some unhealthy shit, right? Let's talk about that. What's the most?
You're not doing it like every day. You're pretty healthy on like a regular basis.
You know, I dip every day.
True.
Yeah.
And I do, I rip some cones.
My mother-in-law got me a giant thing of candy corn. Not candy corn. What is it? Popcorn with caramel on it.
Oh, that's.
What is that?
Maybe kettle corn, or it's just like caramel.
Kettle
popcorn.
corn.
I know the kind.
Everybody knows popcorn with
that
caramel
designer
on it and
popcorn
nuts mixed in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She got me a big like Red Vines container size thing, and I sat down last night and played Overwatch, and I ate
your
almost
mother-in-law.
The whole thing. My
Your mother-in-law.
Yeah.
You ever consider that she wants you to get diabetes and die early so that Kate's secure?
This got dark. This got darker than Fox NFL Sunday last week. I don't know if you saw that. Can we talk about that?
Oh yeah, I saw Kyle.
Terry Bradshaw going rogue.
Oh yeah.
Next to Jake Glazer, who's a big, mental health awareness guy, right?
It's just not good.
He works. He does a great nonprofit.
That's not good, and it's not funny. Kyle.
Merging vets and players, which I implore you guys to look up and check out the work they do. But Terry's making jokes about.
No, he's not making. He needs. It's just not something you say anymore.
The Strahan meme where he was like,
"Oh man," and dad's a like the guy, that like is like, I'll fall on this grenade, I'll bail Terry out, like I'll make a joke, I'll pull us out of here, and that's a team player there. And also, like,
I was riding back from New York and I got the Twitter notifications that were like, "Did you see what Terry said?" And I'm like, "Oh my god!"
I also want to defend Uncle Terry. I think Uncle Terry grew up in an era where you could say that. It was a benign comment, and there are some things that that excuse does not work for. But I mean, that's a bit of a blind spot for people, I think. Now you're not even supposed to say commit suicide. You're supposed to say died by suicide.
Really?
I did not know
so
that.
It's a non-commitment. They're saying you're not committed.
Well, that implies that the person is to blame for what happened to them, which I agree with. And so, like, there are certain terms that I'm like, I don't need to say it, so I don't give that much of a fuck. There was a guy at the voting booth today.
Yeah.
He's out there screaming like the guy in Something About Mary, asking about his baseball. The guy's asking why the middle school's not named Jack Jewett anymore, and don't the liberals have anything else to do? And I'm like, do you really care?
Wait till they take away Meriwether Lewis. Elementary.
Does anybody? I know you care because you like the.
I do care about that.
I went there.
I know, but Meriwether Lewis, like, you'd have to give. Well, we're gonna talk history in a little bit. That's a good tease. We're gonna get into history later. We're doing a history.
And
segment.
I know there's opinions all over the board on it.
Well, yeah.
For different reasons.
Yes, and hey, listen, we can't boil the conversation down to one historic name.
I just have pride for Ivy, Virginia, and that's where.
Well, what did Meriwether? I mean, like, the depiction of how they didn't give
the big
enough
issue
credit.
Was that after
Sacagawea didn't get enough credit on that team. The way the team was written about, the way they did the documentary.
The big issue was slavery.
Well, yeah.
And at the end of it, Clark didn't free his slave that worked hand in hand with them on the journey and was absolutely a leader on that Corps of Discovery.
And I think probably they're going to come for the middle school, Kyle. I got bad news for you. And I'm not going to pitch a fit because I just don't fucking care that much. They're still interesting. They still did some amazing things. I just have to update the GPS. Like, it's going to be like Friendship Middle School. I just wish when they rename things, they would do a better job of renaming them.
York was the slave's name, and he was a total badass. And you knew that he had the absolute trust of the people on the Corps of Discovery because they gave him a rifle when they went out hunting. Right. He had unfettered access to anything that he wanted.
They trusted him so much.
At the end,
yeah,
Clark didn't free him, and that's the big issue. And it's a big issue with me, but that doesn't fall on Meriwether Lewis.
Right. That's true. That's true. Yeah, you're right. Then, Kyle, if Meriwether Lewis didn't do that, Meriwether Lewis, And I would love to be told otherwise. And you know what? Kevin Levin was like, yeah, they were the first white guys to find that river. That's true. It's like the same thing with Christopher Columbus.
But I take pride in it because we're from Ivy. I take pride in it because we're from Ivy.
Yeah, because
Meriwether Lewis Elementary is right down the street.
Well, so is it Exxon.
Sure.
All right,
his boyhood home is right near where you guys grew.
Yeah,
exactly.
I went and visited the family.
There's a reason Kyle's fixated on Meriwether Lewis. He's like one of his heroes because Kyle. We used to pass the sign all the fucking time when we were kids. Meriwether Lewis was like born here, right?
Also died by suicide and struggled with mental health.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Well, now see, we've all learned something today.
There you go.
And we'll learn more later in the show talking about history.
I love that.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Okay, so layup line. We're gonna do 2 songs today. I think we were both in bad moods.
2 songs, Arizona.
We were both in bad moods. My mood wasn't great.
You guys picked each other up. It was like 2 negatives.
What, Monday?
No, today.
Today?
Oh, Monday. Fuck yeah, dude. All I do. You know what? My Sunday and
Monday's just everybody's recollecting themselves.
Yeah, and then Slender Man comes in he wants to do a power ranking.
I like the power ranking.
It turned out great. I got a big shout out to Macon. Big shout out to Macon because that was some quality producer work he did. He knew that
he was adamant.
He was gonna have to push me. He knew I was gonna be a fucking piece of shit about it, and I was. Macon came in at 8
He made the Rich
morning.
Eisen show.
Well, the problem is I have 76 other things going on. He's like, let's just drop a power ranking on the guy 7 minutes before the show.
He ripped a yellow piece of paper in 3s and put 1 through 7 on it.
I'm like, Make, fan bases will be outside my house if I disrespect their team, man.
Yeah.
Power rankings, people take this shit seriously.
Literally.
It's like politics.
Layup line.
Okay, layup line. Here's what got you in a better mood. The song Caroline, Roses.
Yep.
Yeah, because you were talking to a lady named Caroline on the phone, and so I played Roses right after, which is, I think, most casual.
Do you want to expand on the lady I was talking to on the phone?
Do you want
Caroline?
to? Do you want to?
CBS Sports. CBS
sorry,
Sports
Kate.
PR.
Yeah, CBS
called
Sports
me
PR.
About scheduling a radio hit.
Kyle,
this
people
week.
know you're not out here with mistresses.
Chris just said, Kyle walks in on the phone with
you
a
think
gal
that's
named
where
Caroline,
people's heads are going?
And that got him in a better
But
mood.
it is true. Yeah. He was in this heated discussion with
from
this
where I'm sitting,
person.
it looks sketchy.
You're right, Kyle. You're right. This lady, Caroline, who seemed really nice, was calling to set up some interviews for you and CBS, that other pregame show, which you're fucking awesome at,
Thank
Kyle.
you.
I just want to big you up every time it comes up because you thick Tony Romo, bro. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep you.
I don't know about that.
I'm going to sign you to a really unfair contract. That'll
like
be
Taylor Swift.
Heavily scrutinized.
long-term deal.
Yeah.
Swift.
More of a Britney Spears thing.
Okay.
I don't even get that
Or
joke.
Britney Spears.
What did he do? He tricked
Conservatorship.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that to you.
I still don't know what that means.
I'm gonna do that to you, man.
Did they have her in a
Obviously, I'm not
playpen?
gonna do it. Everybody loosen the fuck up. I mean,
So Caroline came on. Shout out to Dave Arbach, my father-in-law, who loves the song "Roses" by Outkast. Apparently,
Yes.
it was the Drive to AAU basketball game song.
Yes.
In like junior high, middle school.
Yes, a lot of people freaked out when Roses advanced further than they'd like it to in the Outkast bracket that George Foster and I put out last in the dead of the pandemic. We did this round of 64 Outkast song thing. You know, Roses is objectively a good vibe, but Outkast diehards, myself included, but I'm not as judgmental, detest people's fixation with the song because it's a casuals kind of song. But I think it's a fucking vibe, man.
It is a vibe.
And it brought your mood up.
It's a mood changer. It's like a cup of coffee.
Okay, and then I'll give you The Way It Is live, and this is Ricky Skaggs and Bruce Hornsby.
Bruce Hornsby.
This is one of the best songs on my Spotify, period.
I heard Bruce Hornsby was a good basketball player.
He was a great basketball player, Kyle. He used to cross Dad up. Like KD crossed up whoever the fuck the other night. Who did he cross up?
Somebody.
Damn, you didn't see that, Matt?
A bunch of people got
it. Update your league pass, player.
Working on a fucking football show makes
come on. We're not after 7 p.m., Reed.
That's why I don't watch anything else. I don't even have time to be a fan of anything other than the NFL because, like, I have needs like video games and a wife and kids. Like, I have no fucking clue how, like, my guy Adam Shine works in the city.
I have no idea.
He works in New York City, like, every day. And then when he's not in the city, he's working.
They're out working us, Kyle.
No, I'm saying all you guys do that.
No, I know, but they are
nuts.
But yeah, it's crazy. I don't know how people keep up with every sport. That to me is insane.
Cocaine.
You can't. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
There's too many NBA games. You can't watch them all. You just gotta pick one or two.
Betting, really. That's what keeps people.
So Bruce Hornsby used to cross Dad up.
Yeah.
And he was super cool. He used to come around sometimes because like what is he from Charlottesville or
I think he
lived here for a while.
He lived here for a while.
Yeah.
And he was cool as shit. And I used to be like, oh, you're the guy that did the Tupac song, the other way around. So, but that was my intro into Bruce Hornsby. So
Great song.
Double layup line. Okay, we got some topics to hit today. We got topical Wednesday. Wacky Wednesday.
In the Suns 76ers game the other night, we had a ref falling to the court because Meek Mill has his legs stretched out on the basketball court.
Meek.
Trips the ref. Devin Booker's coming down dribbling down the court. Down goes the ref. Is this a code break?
Meek is just spiked out. He could trip a referee. You could tell by his attitude that he's most definitely from Philly.
I mean, I just think, it's a code break. You got to keep your feet on the court. I mean, it's on the floor, right? I mean, it's hard to differentiate sometimes. But let me see. I see this video.
And if you're on the wood, you got good shoes on. You don't want to scuff them up.
Oh, yeah. You got to be careful, Meek. Jeez.
And this was a Curb Your Enthusiasm bit. We were talking about that show earlier, but
Shaq.
Oh, yeah.
He brought him all the DVDs of the show in the hospital.
Yeah.
What an episode
VHS tape.
Yeah,
that is so fucking good. And yeah, I mean, like when you're courtside, I feel like to whom much is given, much is expected. When you're courtside, man, and we see this this isn't a big deal. I mean, he fucked up. He should just be a little more careful. But some of the people's behavior that are courtside, you're just like, bro, you are in the best seat in sports. This is courtside NBA is the best.
No doubt.
It is the coolest fucking thing ever. I got to see LeBron courtside. I got to see him hit that shot, the one that was viral for a couple years.
There's like 30 of those.
No, the guy at half court, the fan hit the shot.
Oh, right.
And he was like giving him a big hug and shit.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
You were there?
I was right there, dude.
Wow.
LeBron told that guy pregame, he said, you know what, you're going to hit this shot.
Did he really?
That's what he said.
Yeah, he said that. He was like, ask any of my teammates.
Yeah,
I was on that.
That's what I said.
I was on that.
80 points.
I was on it first.
Yeah, 81.
I saw that. That was great.
The biggest code break when you're sitting courtside is spilling your drink.
Yeah, just like be very careful with the drink, man, because you might cause a 5-7 minute delay.
One of my favorite NBA moments of all time was when rookie head coach Jason Kidd, who was hired with no experience, had no timeouts and needed to create a distraction. So he told some player to hit him, and he spilled his drink all over the court by accident.
Oh, that's good.
A classic moment.
That's really good. He did that on purpose?
Yeah.
Kind of genius. You were taking him through the ringer there, reading his coaching resume, but that sounds like the most fucking.
I went courtside twice, Chris. The Derrick Rose shot at the buzzer.
Yeah.
And then that was like
Damn, you saw that in the playoffs?
Yeah, and
That's
then
awesome. Those Chicago
damn, I
teams
saw a guy
when you
hit
were there were awesome.
a fan hit a
I
half
went
court
and watched
shot.
LeBron play against the Bulls in the playoffs, and yeah, he's just so much bigger in person. And also, that's the other thing. It's like being on the field at an NFL game during warm-ups. Like there's that little roped-off area where the family and friends are. I think that's equally as cool as being at an NBA game because even if you're in the stands in the front row, you're not arm's reach from NFL players. Pre-game, you are, and you get to see them. You get to see everybody. I think that's cool too.
I always say relative to like your TV viewing experience, the NFL has the almost it's actually a negative. Yeah. It's actually a negative delta.
Yeah, and
then like the NBA is like this hugely positive. And then I think NHL is pretty big too.
Big positive for NHL.
Big positive. And then baseball, I'm going to go with maybe the biggest positive actually relative because I am just not into watching baseball on TV, Scott. But I am really into watching baseball, at the park.
Yeah.
I would argue that I like watching baseball at home because the beer is right there in my fridge. The dip is right there, You don't have that hard plastic seat. I don't know. There's something about stadium seats that don't agree with me.
I'll just say this about the Yankee Stadium seats. They're too high. They're hard to sit down on without using your hands. Like when I was at the bank, that seat's like 6 inches shorter. So you can really get it and push it down with your ass and not with your, you know what I mean?
It automatically opens up, whereas you could kind of teeter on the top of
the Yankees. Yes, Yankee Stadium seats are too high.
I see that. That's an interesting observation.
Yeah.
I'm jealous you got to see those Bulls teams, Kyle. Those were some incredible teams.
Blackhawks games too. I mean, I watched Patrick Kane, Jonathan Taves. They were winning in the years I was there. The only one that I missed was going to multiple World Series games. I didn't get to see them win. I turned down the opportunity to watch that.
The People's yesterday with Bo, we talked about Jim Irsay hiring Jeff Saturday as the Colts interim coach. As time of tape, we caught that the offensive play caller for the rest of the season is going to be Frank Reich's former assistant, who kind of moved up through the ranks. He's a offensive assistant right now, was the passing game coordinator. What do we think of?
He's 30 years old, right?
Yeah, he's 30. He was hired in 2018.
I love the opportunity that Jeff Saturday gets because what's more fantasy land for a player being loved by a fan base like Jeff Saturday is in Indianapolis? Surely, you know what I'm saying? I don't know I don't know how much they love him, but they have to love him. You get an opportunity to be a head coach. We always talk about who would make a good coach, like in locker rooms. Like at least I have before. Who in this locker room is going to be the guy that's going to be a coach?
Right.
Because there's always people,
Yeah, there's guys that like one day that guy's going to be a great coach.
And Jeff Saturday gets the opportunity.
And I think one day he will be a great coach. But I do think, as I was talking about with Bo, I do think like my guy cut the line a little bit on some cats. So you got to at least admit. And I think he's so well liked. People are going to always. Marcus Spears talked about it today. And I thought he did a good job because, those two thoughts are not mutually exclusive, that Jeff Saturday is awesome and everybody's happy he has an opportunity. But, it is
the season's
going to
it's going to happen. Whatever happens is going to happen and people are going to have their opinions. And Jeff Saturday is going to be at the center of all of it.
No, but I mean, they're going to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he's hired to do.
Yeah.
Give it
a bridge.
Give it a good. But what I'm saying is there's multiple former Colts on that staff. You know what I mean?
Got it.
And so it kind of,
Do you think Irsay anticipated this type of blowback? Like, do you think he thought this was like a slam dunk PR move? Like everybody in Indy is going to be happy.
You know what? That is the thing about being a billionaire. I would imagine.
You contribute a million times more to global warming.
Well, yeah, that's what I heard today. But you don't have anybody that's telling you bad idea, man. Like, hey, bad idea. It's honestly, I would imagine if those people have one person like that, they're really lucky. If anybody has one person, I'll tell you the truth, you're really lucky. The richer these people get and the more powerful they get, it's self-selective. Like if you tell that person the truth, you're probably not going to be around long. I mean, and that's anybody, dude.
That play caller is Parks Frazier. 2018 to 19, he was assistant to Frank Reich. 2020 offensive quality control. 2021 assistant quarterbacks coach. This season pass game specialist and assistant quarterbacks coach. Now the play caller.
His name's Parks.
Parks Frazier.
This whole deal reminds me of when George Halas became, the founder of the NFL and became his own head coach. I think that Jeff Saturday needs to play some football, and maybe Andrew Luck walks back in that building.
Oh,
maybe
coach.
Andrew Luck walks back.
So he's like a Trojan horse.
Door. Yes, with him comes the legends. Marvin Harrison, he's back in the building.
Yeah, he's got
Peyton Manning, he's a play caller now.
Presumably he's got arthritis, but he's out there running routes.
We see his son play. I think Marvin still got it.
I think
people think Dan Orlovsky's going to come out of the booth too and be the play caller. You just said Peyton Manning.
I remember I saw Dan Orlovsky at the Super Bowl 3 years ago. It was in Miami, and we were at a CVS. And first off, shout out to Dan. He's tall as fuck. When you meet him for the first time,
good for him.
You're like, wow, you're tall. And I said, I'd heard at the time that he was going to be a coach, and I was like, I heard you're going to get into coaching. This is the second time I've heard it, 3 years later. So if Dan Orlovsky becomes the Colts coach.
Oh, he wants to be a coach, I think.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't
Why
know.
would you want to do that?
You're sadistic. He seems like he's got an awesome family.
He's so good at his job.
He's good at your job. You're finding a real groove
God.
there.
And I enjoy watching
And you want to go back to spitting sunflower seeds and staring at a projector until 1 a.m.
That's football.
If you can commit to that life.
That's football.
If you can commit to that life and you say goodbye to the rest of whatever else you might want to enjoy in your life, then it ain't bad, like I would imagine. But
it's a life with purpose. If you have conviction about doing it and saying, guys, fuck everything else except for this, it could be fun.
Yeah, well, Jeff Saturday is going to go right back to it. Plus clock management Twitter. Enjoy that, dude.
Oh, God. That's my worst fear.
What are the worst things about becoming a head coach?
Yep, situational awareness.
What do you think?
Period.
That's top.
That's what they give Andy Reid shit about in Philadelphia for a long time, right?
What about cutting players?
Cutting players,
You ruthless. You ruthless, Kyle.
It's on tape. Get out of here.
The Powerball had a delay in their announcement. $2.1 billion. It was originally 1.9, needed extra time. And a winner. We had a winner. He came. That person went home with $997 million.
Oh my!
Off of 2 point.
The government took half of it. The Powerball guy, that poor fuck, is probably a.
It is fucked up that it's a government lottery and the government gets more than half of it.
I mean, it makes no sense. It's false advertisement. I would sue the lottery.
Yeah, it should be
tax
exempt.
Some people are listening and saying, "Chris, figure out how finance works."
There was a time where you said you're going to buy boats, Chris.
Yeah, it was
How many would you buy?
A whole lot, Kyle. A whole lot.
Where would you go?
And that's honestly the number one. The reason I did the boat thing was because that's the number one thing I associate people who are newly inheriting, $1 billion of the government's dollars. I imagine that's what they do first. They buy a boat. Like that's like the first purchase.
And a depth finder.
That's the most lottery first purchase.
And a new Weber.
That's what a friend of yours said he was going to do, right? A
Who
couple
did?
years ago, he said he was going to buy a boat.
Yeah,
a fleet
Rod
of boats.
Carricker.
Yeah.
A whole lot of boats.
Where would you go? Seriously, now I'm going to put my Fantasyland hat on here. I think I would go with my $450 million after-tax dollars, and I would get a membership at the best country club in Mallorca, and I'd play golf out there. So you'd have a western seaboard of Europe location, and then I would probably get a sick penthouse in New York because I would still be working. You'd want purpose in your life.
Yeah, you definitely want to still.
I'd get the new Escalade that has autopilot.
You need security, Kyle, because people, as soon as you win the lottery, you're in danger.
Buy a bunch
Kyle
of
doesn't
ammo.
need security.
Yeah, he does. If I wanted his lottery money, I'd just walk up and
buy a bunch
shank
of
the fuck out of him.
ammunition, which leads me to my next point.
Yeah.
Ammunition. I'd get a 3D printer, the baddest 3D printer you can get. Government 3D printer, so I can just print things I need instead of buy them.
Like, man, I forgot my toothbrush.
Print it.
Oh, damn, there's no
Name
toilet
something.
paper.
They can
Leaves.
3D print houses now.
Yeah, Chris.
Oh, I need a friend to hang out with. Can you 3D print that, Kyle?
No, I have the metaverse.
Up in your ivory tower with your lottery money.
I have an Oculus.
With your fucking, you're going to be in the metaverse. Is that going to be satisfactory to your rich ass?
Yes.
Kyle, if I made all that money.
I'm not even rich. Kyle. Now I am with this segment.
Kyle, you're fucking rich.
With
Kyle.
this segment,
Kyle,
we're doing good.
Kyle, you rich, son.
We might actually buy a couple boats.
No, but think about it. I'm trying to think what I would actually do with that money.
You'd probably get a linear aircraft or whatever.
I would get a private jet as big as possible, and I would take people places in it. Okay, so it was like so people couldn't criticize the carbon footprint. I would actually put so many fucking people in my private jet. I would have one big room in the front, right, with a couch and shit and a TV, sports center, the whole thing, some fruit on a table, you know,
charcuterie board,
flight attendants, you know, like not the way you're thinking of it. They don't have to. They can be male. I don't care.
Instead of,
I'm not Dan Bilzerian. Okay, I just want a good, clean time on my private jet. But behind me, back in GP, back there's gonna be like as many people that need to get to fucking Baton Rouge as possible.
Instead of mailbags on your Instagram, you're gonna post, "Hey, I'm going to Baton Rouge today.
Exactly.
Meet me at this airport."
Yep, and I'll be looked at as fucking benevolent. I'll save people money. Big Delta will probably have me killed.
John.
Okay. Delta almost thought about having me killed when I was impersonating them on Twitter. I used to impersonate the fuck out of Delta. Fletcher Cox would complain. Did you see this?
I saw this.
Yeah. Well, Delta, I'm on their shit list already, but if I'm basically like the Mr. Linear Air Taxi, they're going to want me dead.
At an affordable rate, first class experience.
And no criticism. I can go wherever the fuck. Hey, how many people want to go to Las Vegas? I'm not, hey, my carbon footprint is better than Spirit Airlines. Mm-hmm. I got 200 motherfuckers in this King Air.
See, that's what I would get, a King Air. I would actually get a King Air.
Yeah, it's got propellers. Look at it. It looks harmless.
I would get 2 propellers on my airplane. I wouldn't want a jet. The propellers are probably easier to maintain, I would imagine. And correct me if I'm wrong. And also, I would get I would get one of those, what are those little Kodiak airplanes that can land in like a 50,
Piper Cub,
like a little 50-foot strip in the woods.
Yeah, the fucking bush planes.
The real guys can just float their planes above the ground.
I would get a bush plane, but safe.
A metaverse bush plane. Chris wants to be in the metaverse.
No. I want a bush plane, but I don't want to die in a plane crash.
Okay.
You know, so what else would we do? Oh, I would get my own hot tub. I would get a hot tub.
You have to share a hot tub, right? Oh, that's right, Macon. You have to share a hot tub with Macon. That's the only hot tub option.
I don't want to. You know what I would get? I would get a hot tub and somebody on staff full time to maintain the hot tub, because that's the problem with hot tubs.
We have issues with our hot tub.
Oh, Dad's hot tub.
We got a leak somewhere in our hot tub.
Dad's constantly justifying that the hot tub is not broken.
He's made my Instagram fixing the hot tub.
He's like, see, the problem is here, you know,
he's in a deep squat at the bottom of an empty hot tub.
I know exactly what's wrong with this hot tub, and it will be back up running in no time, Kyle. No need to be alarmed.
Just lying to the grandkids. Yeah, Luke and Waylon, it'll be ready tonight.
So I don't want that, Kyle.
I think you should get a boat in Montana so you don't have to have your dad
pick me up and technically that's his. Yeah,
we need a big boat for the big dudes that come visit you. Yeah,
I would get a big eco-friendly
I always
yacht.
wanted a houseboat in Montana.
A houseboat?
Yeah, it just seems like a cool idea. But
gonna sit a lot.
Philanthropically speaking, charitable donations here.
Oh,
I'm writing a $100 million check to the city of Charlottesville. They're going to have a new center where PC gamers get to learn how to use computers and build computers. I think that's honestly super important.
Damn, Kyle, that's really charitable.
But I don't have $100 million, so you're going to have to come up with that on your own.
Kyle, you're so fucking... This is what we should do. We should do this segment where we talk about all the money we would give away if we were uber rich. And then people could write articles about... On the Greenlight Pod,
they bring awareness.
Kyle Long commits to donating $100 million to the city of Charlottesville in the event that he wins the lottery. I think we could not only be famous, but we would be revered.
Yes.
I'm donating $1 billion to end food insecurity if I win the lottery.
Food deserts.
Nice of you.
Yeah.
thoughtful.
I want to bring food to the deserts.
Thank you. People are going to be stopping me on the street being like, hey, man, I want you to know your football career, that's one thing. But, you know, what I really love you for is that thing you said you donate.
I met a guy at the studio the other day who walked up to me and said, "You're Howie's boy, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And he
Yes,
goes,
I'm
I
Kyle.
just want to say,
Yeah.
I love the work that you do.
Yeah. What work is that?
And I was just like, "Thanks." And Kate standing right next to me, I was like, "Thanks, thanks." I said thanks 3 times. He was like, "You know, it's not about what you play for, but it's like, you know, who you stand up and say something."
What work
for.
are you doing?
And I was like, he thinks I'm Chris.
Oh.
It's okay. He thinks I'm Chris, and this happens all the time.
It does.
You do work though on the low, Kyle.
It's like, hey, thanks.
I remember when you committed $100 million to the city of Charlottesville in the event that you won the lottery.
He does coach high school football for, I assume,
sometimes.
free.
Yeah, for free, right? You're
free.
donating chalk.
Sometimes I get injured.
Some coaches make $3 million a year in Texas. You could write that off as a hypothetical charitable contribution of $3 million to a local high school.
Where in Texas are they paying?
You better believe they're paying motherfuckers $3 million down there, Kyle.
They pay high school coaches?
Yeah, silly. So with Powerball money, would you buy a place in Texas to be a high school
I buy
coach?
a place in the hill country in Texas.
I'm never going to go to Texas, though, because I'm afraid to go to any state where weed isn't legal because I'll forget about it and accidentally get arrested.
That's true. But if you won the lottery, you can buy the police. They can be bought.
Police, yeah, they are bought.
They're
already
bought frequently
in Texas by the cartel.
Do you think that the CFO of Tyson Foods was able to get out of his legal troubles?
Yeah, so I heard about the CFO of Tyson's CFO, also the chairman's son. Fucking these arrested for public intoxication, trespassing.
So basically, fell asleep in the wrong house and got arrested for it, which
So that's the old Ryan Russillo, and I said this before, man. What happened to Ryan Russillo could have happened to me, and if you think I'm a bad guy for that, then
it happened to Kiko Alonso, former Miami linebacker, when we were at Oregon. He fell asleep one house over from his. He thought it was his.
Well, here's the thing: you should not get so drunk that you walk into the wrong house. I've been, bro.
Or study all night and get so tired.
Here's the thing, Kyle. You've been around me when I'm just like, hey, lights are off.
Yep.
Okay. Have I ever walked into somebody else's house?
No.
Okay. You can't get much drunker than I've been. You know?
I don't have that gene in my body where I go like missing in that regard.
I've gone missing, but I've never. There's something in me where I'm afraid to get shot or get my ass kicked or get the police called on me bad enough that where like even when I'm possessed, you know, like
you're not going in somebody's house.
I'm not going in somebody's fucking house. But what happened to Ryan Russillo was, and this is different, he put his key card in like it was like a condo Airbnb where there's a bunch of condos or whatever. And I could be butchering the details here because he really felt bad about it. But the key card worked for his key.
Yeah.
And the door opened. And they all looked the same. All the fucking little doors looked the same. And he was hammered, so he forgot what room. Bro, I go down the lobby to grab a bottle of water and forget what room I'm in.
Yes.
I'm sober.
Yes.
So, anyways.
Tyson.
Bring
some chicken with you next time.
Yeah, if you just bring a fucking nice rotisserie chicken.
Bring some chicken thighs.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready for this history segment?
Yes. Fuck yeah. So I cannot wait for this.
So here's how it's going to work. I got a few names queued up. I will teach you guys history the same way I used to do it by looking at Wikipedia. All right, so here's how
Really? That's how y'all do it?
We do use Wikipedia quite a bit.
Really?
Yeah, you got to. It's such a powerful resource. Yeah, like you want to look up something real fast.
How would you I know the answer to this, Matt. You're a former teacher for people out there. Thank you for your service. Educators of America. I do love the Educators of America. If you were teaching, yes. What did you say?
He said heroes.
Oh, heroes. Okay. He's chomping on some. What are those? Sour cream and onion?
Sour cream and onion.
Yeah, they look fire.
Nobody
No
ever
free
says
advertising,
anything
though.
about like the good work you're doing when you say that you're podcasting.
No,
They
because
usually just walk away.
yeah, they mostly just think like, all right, man, child, get a real job.
Yeah.
Like, that's the way, like, other dads, I think, look at me at a dinner party. And I know y'all do. Like, I really don't give a fuck. It pays the bills now. But I know that I definitely get some of the, like, look at that man-child. You know, he talks into a microphone for a living.
Yeah.
Like, he's at work 3 hours a week. And
for me, like, nobody knows who I am. So if I say I'm in podcasting, they probably think I have, like, 4 listeners, you know?
Right. I mean, well, yeah, we could. Partially true. Partially true. Some days. Just
got
joking.
a romance novel podcast.
Yeah, no, I was going to ask you about if you taught me and Kyle when we were kids. I think you would really enjoy teaching Kyle.
Absolutely. Kyle's super curious.
Me, not so much.
Yeah, you're a little stubborn.
Yep, no question. Yeah, no question. All right, so
you also were really focused on lifting weights in high
I
school.
was. Yeah.
We'd be like, "What, Chris? What are you doing after school? Lifting weights."
Yeah,
I'd go play basketball before school. You were in the weight room like for an hour and a half before.
Yeah, see, and I never do the whole. Oh, you know, I was there when the sun came up and went home. I was
You
running.
legit were.
Chris would play a basketball game, and he would come
I would be fucking
downstairs.
pissed at him because
He would come downstairs and lift weights in his basketball uniform. You'd be down there doing power clean.
But now all kids are doing some semblance of what we were doing.
You've always been an outlier when it came to prep physically.
Prep physically. Yep. But I wouldn't be a real fun guy to teach. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know.
Let's.
Sometimes I like those difficult students.
Yeah.
All right, but let's get into some history. So, first guy here, Wild Bill Hickok.
Awesome.
So we're deciding, should this person be like honored? Is this a great American or a great historical figure, or are they problematic in some ways?
Well,
So Kyle, read Wild Bill's first sentence of his Wikipedia page.
Better known as Wild Bill Hickok, James Butler Hickok was a folk hero of the American Old West, known for his life on the frontier as a soldier, scout, lawman, gambler, showman, and actor, and for his involvement in many famous gunfights. He earned a great deal of notoriety in his own time, much of it bolstered by the many outlandish and often fabricated tales he told about himself.
Kyle, you're fucking good at this reading stuff.
So he just lied about some of it. So he was a badass, but he also did, fabricate. Some contemporaneous reports of his exploits are known to be fictitious, but they remain the basis of much of his fame and reputation. The show Deadwood depicted Wild Bill Hickok.
Did you follow that show?
When he died in season 1, sorry for spoilers, I was like, fuck this show.
Well, holy the lady doth protest.
He was my favorite.
Because that was a fucking Shakespeare play, dude. It's really hard to follow dialogue in that show. Matt, you probably had no problem.
I love that show.
Teacher, I love the show.
The show was
Calamity
historically
Jane,
accurate,
the lady
too.
that swore the whole time. She's like, fucking
No,
shit.
the way they talk.
Yeah.
Isn't the way they talk pretty sideways in that?
That's how they talked.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, what did
So
you do? What
he
did you do
fought
bad?
and spied for the Union Army. He was shot and killed while playing poker.
So he spied for the Union Army, which means he was in Confederate camps, wearing Confederate outfits, talking that Dixie talk.
He did kill at least 6 or 7 people.
And his
so did President Obama. So did George Bush.
Well,
so
the drones did it. Obama didn't kill anybody.
No, I'm just saying. Like, and some people are gonna be like, "Why'd you say President Obama?" Well, he was the last one I really liked.
Same. I enjoyed that.
But these guys, there's killers, man. They're killers. My God, they are killers.
Wild Bill's poker hand is known as the dead man's hand, right?
Yeah, it's aces and it's 2 pair aces and eights. He had 2 pair when he was shot in the back.
Dead man's hand.
He normally liked to sit so he could see the opening, but he had to sit with his back to the door, and somebody came and shot him.
Or sit with your back to the door.
So the guy
That's
that
what I do at like restaurants.
the guy that killed him, he took money from earlier in a poker game, and he came back into the bar. Like Wild Bill called his bluff, beat him, took all his money. The guy came back in with a pistol, shot him.
It's always some hating ass motherfucker, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he's good, right? We're voting good?
I love Wild Bill Hickok.
One of his first jobs was as a bodyguard. He saved a young Buffalo Bill from a beating. He is said to have wrestled a bear.
I love it.
He has said he wrestled a bear. Sounds more like it.
Badass.
I give him the thumbs up.
I give him a thumbs up.
Green light.
Yep,
We
me
can
too.
green light him.
All right. Historical figure 2. Coco Chanel. A
This is
French.
great.
You want to read this one, Kyle?
I know nothing about Coco Chanel.
Spectacular.
Okay. Give me a second.
Also, Wild Bill walked out on
Did you
his
know that-
wife to hunt gold. so I wouldn't.
Okay. So, Coco Chanel, also known as Gabrielle Bonheur. She was a French fashion designer and businesswoman, the founder and namesake of the Chanel brand. By the way, let me just take a time out here. I'm looking at Christmas gifts.
Thank you.
I can't afford a Chanel bag. Okay? I played in the NFL for 9 years. I did pretty well. I can't afford a Chanel bag. How many fucking OnlyFans subscribers do you need to go get in order to buy your wife a Chanel bag? Coco Chanel gets a red light immediately.
Kyle, what kind of Chanel bags are you looking at?
The 19 bag.
How much are they?
Why didn't you say you would buy one if you won the lottery? You're giving money to the children of
fake.
Charlottesville.
It's fake.
Okay.
Kyle, how much is a Chanel bag that you're looking at?
It's a lot.
Just tell me. $1,900?
It's an expensive bag. and we're gonna get the cuckoo Chanel bag. I think.
Fuck, Kyle. There's gonna be one of these things.
Fake one. You know, I'll go up to Chinatown and they make tremendous knockoffs in New York City.
Fucking NBC is gonna come knocking, and they're gonna use Chanel bags as a bargaining.
So her
chip.
couture house closed in 1939, Chris, with the outbreak of World War II. So I mean, she was balling, and then World War II happened. Chanel stayed in France and was criticized during the war for collaborating with the Nazi German occupiers.
Oh wow!
And the Vichy puppet regime to boost her professional career.
Whoa!
Whoa, 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 whoa. Wee, wee, wee. Coco Chanel, Nazi. You are the company you keep? Mm-hmm. Well, in this case, Coco, that's a no-no.
The newest Chanel bag. We call it our Goebbels line.
This is our hemmed.
These fucking Nazis? Nah. I'm going home. I'm going to light Meg's bags on fire.
She has a Chanel bag.
I think she has one. I'm going to come home and I'm going to, no, seriously, I'm going to light it on fire.
It to me. Just get rid of it.
I will. I really will. You want the bag? Because as soon as I tell my wife that that's some Nazi shit, she's going to give it back. Because my wife ain't no Nazi. She might look like one because looks like a little Aryan.
Like Hitler's dream right there.
Yeah. I gotta fight the Nazis and the Mormons for her.
Wow,
I'm just
you're
Irish.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So, I'm gonna burn her bags. I'm gonna light her bags on fire.
And of course, like any fringe Nazi apologist,
like burning leather.
Chanel moved to Switzerland. Okay. Oof. And Switzerland's one of those areas where it's like anything kind of goes here.
Yeah, evidently Argentina as well.
Yeah.
They're still finding stuff. They're still finding like Nazi treasure troves in Argentina from random people.
In Argentina?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. No, are they okay with it?
No, not really. They don't like it, but it's definitely part of their history.
They got a bunch of Chanel bags down there?
All right, so Coco Chanel has been canceled.
She had
Luis Suarez.
So it even says one of Chanel's liaisons was with a German diplomat, Baron Freer Hans Gunther von Dinklage. Canceled.
Hans Gunther von Dinklage?
Canceled.
All right, you guys want to do one or two more?
Yeah,
we
we need to educate people on.
I don't know if you guys have heard of this guy, Meyer Lansky.
Meyer Lansky, yeah.
I've never heard of Meyer Lansky.
Yeah, he was a snitch, wasn't he?
Lucky Luciano was his associate.
I haven't heard of him as a snitch.
He's a mob accountant, Chris. It's on the Wikipedia here. He was an organized crime figure. He along with his associate Charles Lucky Luciano,
he wasn't a snitch. He wasn't a snitch.
In the
I don't want to
development
die.
of the National Crime Syndicate.
I really don't want to fucking get like strangled in a town car. I don't know how I'd end up in the town car.
Some guy in a gray suit and a black Lincoln's gonna pull up and fucking choke you out.
That's what I'm saying.
So one of the more famous things he did was he was reputed to have fixed the 1919 World Series.
Oh yeah, the Black Sox,
the White Sox,
Yep.
Black Sox.
Mm-hmm. And had a massive worldwide gambling empire.
Ended up incarcerating a dozen baseball players in a cornfield in Iowa with Kevin Costner for eternity. Right?
No, I don't. Did that happen?
Field of Dreams was based on the players of the.
Was it
from the World Series?
Yeah, Ray Liotta played Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta tell you, I either didn't see Field of Dreams or Field of Dreams did not fucking stick in my head real well.
Oh,
You
you're
know?
just enamored with Costner.
I just know that some ghosts walked out of the cornfield, right? And they wanted to play baseball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been trapped out there. They're waiting for somebody to build it,
And
so
then
they will come.
they were trying to take a flight back to heaven, and Wheels Up they said duty time, sorry, and they were just stuck in Iowa. Wheels Up, I'm not done
With a
with
bunch
you.
of ghosts.
I'm not done with you.
Okay, who do we got now? That
Any
was
of you
good.
NBA players out there that want a private jet, don't fucking sign with Wheels Up.
I don't even know. I don't want to talk about Lucky Luciano, right? Like,
Yeah, no.
Is that what we're deciding?
Yeah, I pass on that.
Yeah.
That's for the people
We'll
to decide.
circle back.
So Hancock was one of the wealthiest men in the 13 colonies. You guys all know him from signing the Declaration of Independence large enough so that the king could see. But he was also known as a smuggler. He skipped paying taxes, had a career in smuggling.
Smuggling what?
No, this is going to be important.
Nothing more American than smuggling.
What was he
The question is,
smuggling?
what was he smuggling?
Smuggling tea.
These are solid questions.
Was there a heartbeat amongst
There were no
his
people,
payload?
right, that he was smuggling.
No, I don't believe
Okay,
so.
then so far we're good.
He's a hero so far, and it's nothing more American than putting your name on something and writing it really big for other people to see.
Mm-hmm.
John
And then
Hancock.
dropping the pen on the paper.
And then he read it so big that people call your signature John Hancock now, which is like
That's right.
Pretty badass.
That's right.
He was accused of smuggling before the revolution. His sloop, Liberty, was seized by the British. A riot ensued. The British accused him of offloading goods without paying custom duties. John Adams defended him, and the charges were dropped without explanation.
Whole lot of yelling in that situation, huh?
a lot of wigs. Shout out to John Adams too.
Yeah.
Seems like a badass. They have a show about him.
Yeah.
Kyle, you would like that show. The show's
I need
really
to watch
good.
it.
John Adams show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
Boy, that was slow, huh? What year was this? This is a
didn't
new
watch
John
it.
Adams show?
No.
It's like 2006-ish, something like
Yeah, it was. I wasn't ready. I wasn't mature enough in my life.
that. Yeah,
to,
it's kind of slow.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, but extremely historically
A
accurate.
My
good show
parents
you can
love that
watch is
show.
I
Washington
love it.
Spies.
Washington Spies?
It's a good one.
George Washington had one of the most intricate and detailed network of spies during the Revolutionary War.
No shit.
And it's fascinating how far the network went and how powerful it was.
George Washington was high.
He had wood teeth.
He was fucking paranoid.
He had wood teeth
Yeah.
and spies.
All right, so I think John Hancock's cool. Last one here, Buffalo Bill.
It depends on which one.
I'm glad we're doing this because I'm learning because I don't know about Buffalo Bill.
All right, so Buffalo Bill was an American soldier, bison hunter, and showman born in the Iowa Territory.
What was a showman, Matt?
Kind of like a minstrel, somebody that would like juggle, do music,
Shoot
like,
stuff
get
out of the
paid,
air.
like,
I'm sure
entertain you, magician.
He was a street
hustler,
entertainer.
He was an
kinda, like,
influencer.
almost.
Yeah. But they made good money, showman?
I don't think so. Not
He's
typically.
definitely getting laid.
He became a rider for the Pony Express. Served for the Union during the Civil War.
Good. So far, we're all right.
The
Pony
ol-
Express must have did some fucked up shit, though, huh?
Yeah, he also shortly thereafter started performing in shows that displayed cowboy themes and episodes from the frontier and Indian Wars.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Professor.
Mm-hmm.
But the Pony Express employed, in large part, super young kids because they wanted people that were fit for getting beat up for like a week straight, like riding straight for like a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Young
And
kids.
They would take the job, too.
Like 9, 10, 11-year-old kids out there like riding mail and shit.
Tougher than us right now.
Yeah.
Some of the requirements were you had to be 125 pounds or less, be able to ride a horse well, orphaned or alone. You had to be an orphan or alone.
Buddy, the Pony Express was like the
Brutal.
wall in
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It was like the
Yeah.
sunken place.
It's the place, you don't want to go.
No.
If you're working there, there's something wrong.
Unless you're a kid with fire under his ass who's just like, I want to get out there and see some shit.
Pony fucking Express. I didn't know it was that nefarious situation. Yeah, I mean, relative to other people I've heard about in Wild Bill's time, he seems all right.
Cool.
Buffalo Bill.
The listener could possibly weigh in, but
If any Greenlight listeners have some research on
Buffalo
those
Bill,
guys.
that's him down there. He's a handsome guy. Go down. Right there.
Yeah,
that's
good
that's a
looking.
good shot.
Yeah,
you know, and this all looks like Red Dead Redemption.
The ultimate Instagram
awesome.
filter was having somebody do a sketch of you in the 1800s. I mean, everybody was handsome in their sketch.
This is back when Natchez, Mississippi was like the richest town in America.
All right, so today there's 5 states that are voting on legalizing weed.
Oh yeah.
Those states are Arkansas, Missouri, Maryland, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Let's say these new laws pass. What would you guys name like a dispensary in one of those states, or what would you name some strains of weed in those states?
Trey Flowers should open up a damn dispensary tomorrow. He's an Arkansas Razorback, so that's one.
Carson Wentz pack,
Yeah.
because everybody's smoking on it all the time.
Damn, son.
We're beating up on Carson Wentz, I know, but
No.
you gave me a geographical.
I said, yeah.
You know.
No.
So that's the Dakotas would also be. It's not Sacagawea. It's Sacagawea. OG.
Mm-hmm.
It's where she gave birth to Jean Baptiste Charbonneau, her son. So we're going history again. Maybe Jean Baptiste OG.
How about for Maryland, Spark Andrews, OG or whatever the fuck you want to put a chem dog, Spark Andrews.
Yes.
Got to get your Ed Weed in.
That's the perfect one. Pot Van Pelt. How about Pot Van Pelt?
So you guys went different directions, and it's way better than mine.
How about? It's okay, Kyle.
You can still enjoy the
I was
segment.
going, yeah.
You still enjoy the segment. No, that's true. Like, okay, I'll do it with you.
Okay.
I'll do it with you. Okay.
Like Arkansas would be Bill Clinton OG.
Yeah.
Just going like people who are from there. You're coming up with like
Yeah, plays on word.
Well,
like,
with Bill Clinton, you could do Bill Clinton's blunts. I don't know if you guys know what he did with a cigar.
oh yeah, well, I know what he did with a cigar, Matt. That was one piece of history that for some reason stuck with me. Stony Ely. Remember Tony Ely? Missouri Tiger?
Nice. That's
Stony
good.
Ely. Kyle, remember, we had 3 sacks at the damn Super Bowl. It was incredible. Yeah, Missouri guy, so Stony Ely. How about Jeremy Smacklin? Jeremy Smacklin.
That's good.
Okay.
you're good with your
St.
lingo.
Louis guy.
You're good with lingo, like smacked.
Let's say
Oh, North and South Dakota, you want something geographical? Man Camp Kush. Because you know there's a bunch of man camps up there. They're really rough, I hear. Those guys could use some good medicinal marijuana.
man camps. What do you mean?
Oh, you've never heard of these man camps?
No.
but
So
oil
they're,
him.
they're just, like they're in Wind River. Isn't it Wind River that they're depicted in? They're portrayed in that?
Yes.
But they're evidently these really rough. Pull up a man camp. Kyle, you look like somebody I'd meet in a fucking man camp. Big gulps, eh? That's what I'd say to you outside the trailer at the man camp.
What are we talking about here?
Kyle, these man camps are tough, dude. They're really tough. They're
Man camp. Save the date.
yeah, they're essentially places
It's like a
that
dude ranch for
people working on like
betas.
an oil rig or
Yeah.
something. They're
Oh.
oilers.
Oh,
But
I
they're
thought it was like a therapeutic getaway for people to be more macho.
No, these people need
Like a
a
dude
therapeutic
ranch.
getaway, period. These guys, this is supposedly one of the most dangerous places in America, man camp. So man camp Kush, like something that's good for like, you know how in Leafly it's like, this helps with this helps with this. Like you need one that's like good for not murdering. Because I fear people get just,
Dangerous
In the
up there.
camps.
yeah, it's dangerous, bro.
Damn.
There's actually issues with prostitution. In a lot of
Oh
these
yeah,
camps.
there's a lot of
Oh, I bet.
prostitution in the man
Lot
camp.
lizards.
That's a real thing.
Camp crawlers. If you're lucky, you'll get one with no teeth.
You're a dirty little man, and so, it's just so you're chewing sour cream and onion potatoes.
Lot lizards is a real thing. You ever heard of them?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the people, the truckers.
Oh man,
Roll on the highway.
they're out there
roll
rolling on.
along.
They're out there rolling on.
Yeah. Or I run fleet out of Wheeling, West Virginia. Oh yeah, play that for the layup line. Another trucker song for you. Prisoner of the Highway. Ronnie Millsap, I think.
Ronnie Millsap, great mullet.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
I bet he could tell you about lot lizards.
Oh my God! With that smile, he'd pull a lot lizard down for a great price. He used to wear a lot of the pastel colors.
No, Kyle. I can't with this lot lizard thing, Kyle.
I just think it's a funny concept.
Bunch of 18-wheelers rocking.
Like niche sex working at the truck stop.
Listen, man, and I think sex work should be legalized, Kyle.
Somebody says the
Safer
most honest
for everyone
work. It's
that
the
way.
most honest work you can do.
Well, I there's no stigma attached to it. It's just the nomenclature, lot lizard, really tickled me.
Kyle loves alliteration, if you noticed.
He does. But I could see you at a man camp, and they could use some man camp kush, Kyle.
What should I name my Maryland dispensary? Should it be Terrapin Station
Ooh.
or Cal Rip Kings?
Cal Bong Ripkey.
Calabunga. Oh, no.
Surfing's great in Ocean City, Kyle. I'm gonna go with Terrapin Station. That's good. But Pot Van Pelt, he could make a lot of money. Mm-hmm. He could make a lot of money doing that. I know the Midnight Sports Center is great, but have you tried opening a dispensary?
I read too many Airbnbs have been opened.
Yeah,
there's like 1.5 million houses or something that are just empty and haven't been booked because people were like, "We're gonna fucking buy a house and turn it into an Airbnb," and everybody did that.
What are you guys up to? Yeah, I've heard that one.
We gotta go clean our Airbnb that nobody's staying in because it's got dust.
Somebody just a bunch of people nutted in our house this weekend. I gotta go coordinate. I gotta go bring a cattle prodder to wake everybody up and hurry them out of the house. And then I need to fucking deep clean the place because there was a bachelor party. Doesn't seem like it's worth the work.
Seems like a nightmare.
You guys want to get into some mailbag?
Yeah, let's do it. And with the mailbag.
Let me hit Kyle with one first, and I know you got a bunch, Chris.
Not a bunch. Don't worry.
Several. Kyle, what Overwatch character would Chris be? Bo wanted to know.
Chris would be Soldier 76.
What is Soldier 76 up to, Kyle?
Soldier 76 is a DPS character, which stands for damage per second. So your role is to just be focused on the enemy and firing your gun. You have an assault rifle, and you have a salvo of rockets that you can shoot every 5 to 7 seconds, I believe. You also have a healing pad you can put down. So you're versatile. You have a lot going on there. You got that Soldier 76 thing looking in the face a little bit. There's Soldier 76. He sprints, which is something that all characters don't do in Overwatch.
Your passion for this game is amazing.
And if I were to assign myself one, I would say Reinhardt or Roadhog, which is a tank. So I play the front line, and you stand behind me and shoot people trying to kill me. Yeah. And then we have a healer subset of players. So there's healers, damage people, and tanks. The tank absorbs damage. You give damage to them.
Okay.
And Matt heals us.
Yeah, I play heal.
Where's Macon do?
He watches shows on BritBox.
No, but I mean when he's on Overwatch. If he were an Overwatch character.
Macon were an Overwatch character.
Would he be a mage?
Maybe Echo.
Yeah.
Echo, the blue and white character, she's good. She can fly. She's versatile, all this stuff. Like, Macon does a bunch of stuff. But the thing that she really does is she can become the enemy.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
That is so goddamn good,
so
Kyle.
The super ability is called Duplicate, and she becomes you for a minute. And, like, you can use your powers against you.
That is incredible.
To be good at this game, you have to know what each other character does so you can, counter it.
You guys are smart.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I would.
Mercy is who I play a lot of. She doesn't even she doesn't even really have a gun. She just is healing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Heals.
It's
got to be exhausting.
She's fetishized a lot too. Mercy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so there's a bunch of
these characters.
Are they
go on Discord.
Are they like furries?
All these
like
characters
these
are
Overwatch
shamelessly
people?
sexualized.
How about the people that get off on cartoon characters, huh? You did draft a fucking.
Talk to me.
You did draft a rabbit during, not a rabbit. What's her name?
Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit on the hottest '90s babes. But Kyle, people sit on their laptop or their mobile phone and they do the deed to an anime thing.
Who am I to judge?
No, me
you
neither.
Think you're
but
a dog.
What? What did you say?
You want to fuck cartoons?
What'd you say?
You want to wear a tail to school and drink out of a water bowl? Be my guest. Fine. So, while we're talking about video games, if you could be in a video game universe, which would it be? Why?
Well, obviously, I'm not as well versed in this stuff as you, so you should start. And
Well, there was a game that got me. There was a movie that got me thinking about this. It's Wreck-It Ralph, and he was stuck in a video game. He was an arcade game character, and there was a short circuit in the
wiring
of the game, and he got stuck in there. And so I was thinking about which game I would want to be in, and my first thought was like, oh, Grand Theft Auto. There's a map and cars and guns. And I was like, no, you know what?
There's hookers in that game.
Yeah, there are. What is bigger relative?
But there's no food.
Like Elden Ring is a game I could be in. It's like
You
fighting.
would starve.
In
Is there no
GTA?
food? I think
You
there
would
might be
starve.
food.
There's food.
Where really?
In Grand Theft Auto?
Where did you used to eat?
You can drink a piss washer and eat a
Yeah, like
eat
you
a
eat a
ho-ho.
taco and you're
Oh, you can
full
eat a
health.
taco?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So, which you wouldn't want to be in the NBA or NFL games because you would just be in a constant state of playing football. You would never be able to do anything else.
Dude, all right. This is where I have you. Okay? I play a lot of fucking Switch games with my kids. There's a Mario Party, there's a Mario Olympics. Like, I would want to be in that game. You just play different games.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's a good answer.
You just play different games all day. You're never bored. You play different games. You have a bunch of friends. Birdo, it's funny looking.
Birdo.
Make me laugh.
answer.
Birdo, make me laugh.
I do like that.
Yeah, it's cool. And there's a dragon you fly around onto. I forget the name of the dragon, but it's dope. It's dope world.
I can see that.
Yep.
If you could have installed in your brain or your body a chip that had all your information on it, it wasn't mandatory, but you could sign up for this: your ID, your licenses, your titles to your vehicle, your insurance, bank, etc. Would you do it if you didn't have to carry around a bunch of shit? If you could
I was just thinking about this morning because I'm going to vote after this, and I can't find my fucking wallet. And I was like, all right, just Elon, whoever the fuck, just take. Yeah, I'll take it, dude. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm ready to give up the wallet. I'm ready. So you want to put a chip in my finger that's got all my financial information in there?
Oh, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Just, hey, I want to be like, Buffalo Bills money line.
Apple Pay, but on your
I just put my finger on my phone and I think it, and then, and now I'm
And they say with Neuralink,
assuming
we're
a
gonna
bunch
be able
of
to
risk
talk
on a
without
gambling
talking.
app.
You and I are gonna be able to look at each other and have a full-blown conversation without even saying it.
I don't want to go there, Kyle. But we will. Like, the problem with people is we don't know where the point of diminishing return is. We will. I mean, we are already fucked up with the phones. Like, it's probably past the point of no return unless people do something dramatic,
No doubt.
But yeah, I would take the chip.
Okay.
The chip. I mean, like, yeah, what could happen? Give me the downsides of the chip.
Someone could cut your finger off to use it.
That's true. So
That's why it would be in your
that's
head.
why you don't do
Remember
it.
the movie
Well, they cut your head
Demolition Man?
off to use it.
Yeah, well.
Then a bunch of no. So
luck.
like, no, I ain't going out like
hack you.
that. They could hack you. Okay. Yeah, it is scary. That's the scary part.
I'd be worried that someone doesn't know that and still cuts my finger off because they think they
Just
can do
because
it.
people are doing it.
Yeah.
That's scary, dude.
Wesley Snipes' Demolition Man, I think it is. Retina scan, takes the eyeball,
Hmm.
gets in the door.
Yeah. So let's not do that. Actually,
Minority Report.
Minority
Yeah, I was
Report.
about to say.
I guess I'm not that convicted.
Great flick.
Minority Report. is a
Great
good
underrated video game.
I never
Minority
played it.
Report.
Oh.
For any gamers out there, that's an old game that Howie and I used to play all the time.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Minority Report.
Couple code breaks here came in from David. Not sending a Christmas card after receiving one.
Not a
Is
code
that
break.
that's not a code break? What do you expect me to? I don't even send a Christmas card, man. I'm really blown away at this Christmas card stuff. Like, I used to do it when I was younger. I used to borrow a different teammate's child every year before we had kids and take a picture like me and Meg had a little family, right? So it was like 1 year it's the neighbor's baby. 1 year it's James Hall's baby. The next year it's another teammate's baby.
The next year it's a full-grown adult that looks like a baby.
Yeah, that. Yeah. But that was all above board, Kyle. You think I would get canceled for that if somebody saw that Christmas
we went
card?
through the union reps for them.
Do you think I would get? Yeah, no. The guy's a SAG. He had a SAG card.
And then I left him at the game.
He didn't look like a baby. He was an LP.
And then I didn't say he looked like a baby.
Is that what you said? What?
I might have said
you
that.
said that.
But I did leave him at the game.
You did. You remember that?
No, but you said this, and now I'm like, it could have happened.
Yeah, it definitely could have happened. But he was a huge Bears fan, and he wanted to do this shoot with us, where he dressed like a dinosaur and crawled out of an egg, or didn't crawl out of an egg. He was standing in a dinosaur egg. Meg was pregnant, and we acted like she gave birth to a dinosaur.
Person.
Yeah, but he was cool as shit. And
LDP.
We hooked him up with tickets to a Bears game, and he was a fucking great guy. Anyways, the question is it a code break? I had a lot of time to do this when I was younger. I had fucking time. It was important. It was fun. I wanted to make my friends laugh. Not so anymore. I don't have any time, and I don't give a fuck.
And your friends can see pictures of your kids and your wife on your social media. It's not the same.
The allure of this
Please don't send me a book report on how much better your kids are than my kids. Like, you got it. Kids got a 4.0 this year.
Great.
Tremendous.
Timmy played AAU basketball, and good for Timmy.
Now, I get it. You want to celebrate your kids, and maybe one of your parents did the thing with the kids. Maybe Scott's doing it. I don't know.
We're currently curating photos for our mother for our family Christmas card.
Are any of you guys doing that thing, by the way? Did any of you guys have that thing when you were growing up were you reported about?
Nah.
Scott?
No.
I think Scott might have been.
What?
No, when somebody sends like the hey, this is the itinerary. Yeah.
You're asking if we were the subjects of it? No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, good. I want to make sure before I shit on those people a little bit more. There was nobody in the room. I want them in the car listening to this. You're probably all good people, and I know some people that do it, but I'm like, you're putting other people on the spot, because now I'm like, what if my kids C student? What do my parents do?
GPA.
Yeah, what do my parents do? This year, Chris egged a bunch of houses and got C's, but he lifted a lot of weights.
He's a nice guy.
Kyle missed his Yankees workout.
Chris started a newspaper at St. Anne's called Satanly Speaking, and it got canceled.
My girlfriend, the editor of the actual paper, was not happy about that.
Well, she got over it, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Put that in the Christmas card. Christmas cards? What is it, 2003? Then I got to hang them all? And mostly when they're hung up there, people are like, who the fuck is that? The kid's like, my kid's walking up like, hey, Dad, who the fuck is this? Like, well, it's like, we got
Who is that?
We got all types of people I've never seen before. You don't even know some of these people.
I always love to judge, Some of these families look great and they're beautiful families, and then I'm like,
I'm jealous.
And then I'm like, what the fuck?
I project my insecurities onto. I'm like, look how happy that entire family looks to be with that husband and that dad. My family would never.
When I was a kid, I thought it was a gauge of like how popular an older person was, like how many Christmas cards they'd received.
Yep.
I still think that.
It was.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I missed that whole thing.
I still think that.
It's a weird dick measuring contest to be like, I have a ton of dinner party friends and some friends from work that I haven't seen in 10 years. How about a call not on Christmas? Like, hey, how you been?
No, don't call me.
No, well, I'm just saying like
Never.
Yeah, me neither. Code break. Eating the whole sunflower seed.
Yeah, code break.
I've done it.
Depends on the flavor.
Agreed, yeah, right?
I don't think no code break.
Depends on the flavor.
Not a code break.
I can eat a whole peanut.
You'll just have a sunflower growing in your stomach, but that's no problem.
Come on.
Yeah,
Come on. That gave me fear as a kid.
The underrated part of a peanut is the shell.
With the gum
Salty
and
and delicious.
Oh,
Yeah,
it is. The shell's not bad. If I'm desperate enough, or say I don't want to pick it, the shell, or maybe I'm drunk, and I'm just like, oh fuck it, let's eat a whole peanut.
Or maybe you're on a wheels up flight and they don't have filet mignon and they only have
Jesus
peanuts.
Christ. Yeah, Mr. Everyman over here. He's guarded by a German Shepherd. He has a gaming studio worth more than your house
Here we go.
sitting at home.
Here we go.
He's got a fucking 2-car garage,
Peanuts.
a palatial
Times are
estate.
tough. I'm going to eat these salty peanuts. I'll eat the extra.
I just wanted to take my wife to Philly on our dating anniversary. Fucking duty time. I've been married for years. Been dating even longer. There's no duty time in marriage, in courtship. Should be no duty time in private aviation.
Charters.
Oh, yeah. I could eat crawfish too whole. Do you know that, Reed?
Really?
Yeah, I can. I don't like to do it often.
Raw or you cook it?
Yeah, cooked,
Okay.
but whole.
Right.
Yeah, the whole thing. That's how sharks, you want to feel like an apex predator. You eat one of those things whole.
Damn right.
Shark.
That's a crunch right there.
He's trying to be like a shark.
Yeah.
Can't even walk.
It made me think.
Sharks. They can't even walk.
Fucking idiot.
He turned into a shark. I just asked Waylon the other day what he wanted to, or Luke, what he wanted to be. I said, if you could be any animal. I was trying to make conversation because as your kids get older, they
tough.
find other interests.
Yeah.
So you're like, hey man, like what could I ask these kids? It's like interviewing somebody on the pod. You keep them engaged. Luke, what animal would you want to be, buddy? He's like eating his peanut butter sandwich and he's like, a shark and a tiger. Half shark, half tiger. I was like, so a tiger shark, huh? And he's like, no.
No, shark tiger.
But a shark, if he had answered just a shark, you turn into a shark, you just, it's like, you
Hope
just
you like
suffocate
fish.
immediately.
Hope you like fish.
This is from somebody, Murray. Of the brothers, who had the best Elks career?
I don't know.
Elks are Little League team. You easily did.
I can't
Kyle,
remember what
this is like CBS Sports.
I can't remember the success you guys had though. I remember we did well in All Stars. You know, we played in the city championship against Coke, who was Mickey White's team. He was the pitcher on that team. It was a really good.
Coke was tough.
It was a really good Central Little League. Shout out to Central Little League.
I'll say this, Kyle. I had a dead bat. Who knows how good I could have been, Kyle? I had a dead bat.
Bad equipment.
Bad equipment. Howie Long, Mr. Radio Shack could get me a fucking
They don't
live
make
bat.
bats at Radio Shack, obviously.
Just joking, Dad.
They don't make bats at
He
Radio
didn't know. He didn't know that Easton was 7 years old. So, anyways, I only hit one home run. Kyle hit dingers left and right. Kyle hit so many dingers.
They corked the balls when
There was one dinger I caught. Literally
Off of Mickey White.
Caught in my hands. Brother to brother. Home run. Yeah. You think fucking, Quinnen Williams and his brother, Quincy Williams, playing together is cool. How about your brother hit you a dong in an all-star game? No, Little League playoffs.
It was
state playoffs.
It was Little League playoffs.
Did he hit it right at you,
Yes.
or were you
Yes.
kind of?
I just stood up and fucking caught it.
So for
Reed.
those of you who have been to McIntyre
With my
Park
bare
in
hands.
Charlottesville, there's the Dogwood Festival that comes and they put the roller coasters up there at the top of the hill from the baseball field. And Chris was standing right at the crest of the hill where it gets flat again. He was standing on a picnic table or near a picnic table.
I think I
remember
was
you were
just sitting on a table.
sitting on a table. You ended up standing up and catching it like this.
Yes.
I remember I was watching.
I had to make sure I got it, bro. It was
Yeah.
it was like a Disney moment.
It's on video. Somebody has that on video. I remember I've seen it.
But it was Kyle. Kyle was, oh man, he was good at baseball. Two things Kyle was really, really fucking good at. Obviously, we were great at football.
Eating.
But CBS Sports and baseball.
I actually have a video of Kyle's first broadcast.
Really?
Yeah, he was manning the VHS recorder for our Prep League basketball championship game when he was like maybe 13 or 14.
Wow.
And I can hear all of his commentary. And then
Anything we can get him canceled.
Yeah, like the camera will pan off the court to some like girls that he thinks are hot, and he starts zooming in.
Kyle,
I need to see that.
I need that
I got-
footage.
I got it.
I need that footage.
I was into girls back then. Nice. I always wondered.
good to know.
I always wondered
Yeah.
if I was a conformist.
Yeah, it's good to know. Okay. Take care, everybody. Listen to the full podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other podcast streaming platforms. Wherever you want to get the podcast, you can get the podcast. Pretty simple. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. podcasts get pretty wild. This is real tame.